Hi guys, my mind is going 1,000 miles. Being the attorney that I am, I'm always overthinking things. This Zozo situation really has just been on my mind all day. So I started to think deeper about the Zozo situation, and I started to come to a question of why are our African American beauty queens that are in the beauty industry self-concluding? Because there has been at least tempting. My theory is that, like I said in my last video, that I think that this was a possible attempted one, or there could be another theory that she actually self-concluded while someone was in the process of trying to stop her. So it could go either way. But my theory is I believe Zozo, was trying to or did self-conclude. I really do. I think that there is a cover-up going on for one or two reasons. Like I said, one, to prevent any possible copycats, or two, to preserve the reputation of Zozo. As we know that Zozo had a clean image in society as being this Christian woman who advocated for Republican Christian values, who had this pearly white image, and there could be the family trying to preserve her legacy, preserve her pure image. So there's two reasons why there could be a possible cover-up. It could have been that this was a self-conclusion, and when the officers came to preserve Zozo's, legacy, they said that it was an accident. So there is a lot that can be going on. As I've been thinking, I'm an attorney, guys, so I overthink stuff. I know people be in the comments and are like, you're doing too much. Yeah, I am, because I'm an attorney, okay? I analyze everything. So if you don't like it, get off my page. But I overthink things. That's just the way it is, okay? So what I have been really thinking about, I think deeper into this. I'm going to talk about two things. The first thing I'm going to talk about is some deeper reasons why I think possibly Zozo was going through depression when she was discussing that post that she posted December 2nd, 2021 on her Facebook. And then I'm going to talk about, the beauty industry, and as it relates to the Black woman that is, that gets involved in the beauty industry and the entertainment industry. So this is going to be a short video, but I just want to talk briefly about this. So I wanted to expand on some of the reasons that I felt that Zozo was going through depression. We'll never know the full story, but these are, I would think, some small bits and pieces that could have something to do with it, but there's something else going on that we're never going to know about that led to her depression. But at least we can extract a little bit from what she said in terms of her interview about her rejections in the model industry because of her expressions of her religion. She went through hardship of being accepted in terms of who she was as a person and her religious values. But then on the other side, she pretty much beat herself up inside, December 2nd, when she did that Facebook post, basically talking about how she felt like she was a failure. Again, let's revisit that post when she said, I was evaluating the earlier years of my life, focusing on all of the mistakes I've made. Okay, those are powerful words. And the consequences of disobedience. I felt discouraged and disappointed with all I haven't achieved by my age. Okay, so as everybody's aware, as being a Christian person who has certain values, there's certain expectations of a Christian woman. We know that Zozo had a 5-year-old child, and she is not married. And in the Christian world, conservative values, what do they expect? They expect a woman to be pure and to get married first and then have kids. So when she says that feels discouraged and feel disappointed and feels, reflecting on the mistakes that she made, it made me think, was she beating herself up, about, maybe the mistakes of fornicating and having a child out of marriage, and thinking, had I, not got involved with my flesh, I wouldn't be, with a child out of marriage. There's something so deep in her that she, was sitting there thinking about all of the regrets and the bad decisions instead of really reflecting on all of her accomplishments. Because, like I said, the battle's in the mind, you guys. There's so many positive things that this woman has done, and we talked about it in the last video, and you need to watch my last video. But this woman has accomplished tremendous milestones that most people her age, 27-year-old age, has not even touched. And she's Miss Alabama. She's won a state title that is difficult for other people to win. Okay, let's just revisit really quickly what she has done. She has touched the hearts of many. She's affiliated with several organizations and groups. Namely, she was the current Miss Alabama. She is a political commentator for RSBN. She's met with a lot of political figures, high political figures. She's a brand ambassador for Turning Point USA and Liberty University's Falkirk Center. She was also a spokeswoman for Students for Life and affiliated with Project Veritas. If you guys don't know about Veritas, you need to look them up. They're pretty awesome. But anyway, this woman has accomplished so many things that the average typical person has not, okay? And instead of reflecting on all those great accomplishments during the last month of 2021, all she could see, you guys, was the negative. And that's what the enemy does. He takes your mind off all the great things that you have and the potentials that you have, and he focuses you in on all the negative hopelessness that, the mistakes you've made, the failures, the regrets. And that's sadly what she focused on at the end of her year. And I started to think deeper about this, and she talked about regrets, and I'm wondering, like, did she feel beat up? Did she feel guilt for, making decisions to, have a child out of marriage, and she felt like maybe I should have made different choices, and then on top of that, being rejected by the modeling industry because of her religious views. And then now there was another thing that I started to think about. These two women, Cheslie and Zozo, both African-American women that are in the beauty industry. And I started to think back on my studies as a psychologist. And there was a study done where they did an evaluation, and they were looking at the definition of beauty and what women, they considered to be the most beautiful. And in this study, they found that the Caucasian blonde woman was the most beautiful woman in the world. And guess who was defined as the most unattractive woman in the world? The Black woman. So in our American society, the Black woman has always been affiliated with being the most unattractive woman in the world. And then you take this Black woman, we have two Black beautiful women, Zozo and Cheslie, and then you put them into the beauty industry, the entertainment industry that has certain definitions of beauty. And how do they define beauty? As light skin, the beautiful straight hair, very thin figure. They have the Americanized Caucasian look as the definition of beauty. But then you put these African-American women that have the unique features with the more coarse hair, dark skin, or, tan skin, and certain body figures, and then you put them in the beauty industry that basically has associated these women as being the most unattractive women in the world. So do you see how much pressure now is on these women and the self-esteem challenges that these women dealt with, even though on the outside they are the beautiful women and stunning, but on the inside they're battling these insecurities that are not spoken about. And so you see their social media and you see all these smiles and modeling photos, but deep down inside, these women feel insecure. They're in an industry that defines them as being the most unattractive women in the world. And so they feel this pressure on them, even though they speak on the outside that, especially Cheslie, being proud of her hair, but, on the inside, her hair has been rejected by society. And that's why there was times she felt fearful to wear her natural hair. That's why when she first started on her earlier pageant years, you noticed even with the Miss North Carolina, she straightened her hair and did it more like the Americanized Caucasian woman, made it straight and had the softer, loose curls, because that's what society defined as beauty, was the Caucasian woman. And so when she transitioned over to have that natural hair, which in society has been rejected, and Cheslie talks about this when she started going into law, she questioned, can I wear my hair natural or can I not? Why? Because society has always associated certain unique Black features, such as the coarse hair, dark skin, certain features as being unattractive and unprofessional. So that's an extra weight and pressure that has been placed upon this woman that has attributed to their levels of depression. And now we have people in our chats saying that the Black woman or Black people don't self-conclude, which is a lie. It is a lie. And if we keep denying the pain of the Black woman, we will keep seeing more and more self-conclusions. And so it is time that we start facing this situation and addressing them and getting our beautiful Black women the help that they need. And we need our society to stop associating and falsely defining beauty as being one ethnicity and embracing the beauty of all people. So that is my additional evaluation of the situation. All right, guys, like and subscribe. I'm not sure what to put the comments on. I did see one of my sweet subscribers saying that she really was battling with this and she's not getting the closure she needs. So I'm going to leave the comments open for her because I can feel her spirit and she needs to be able to get this out. So I'm going to leave it open for her. But if I see something negative, believe me, whoever that is, your comment will not be posted. But I want this subscriber, this woman out there who, I don't remember your name, sweetie, but I'm leaving the comments open for you so you can get whatever you need to get out. All right. God bless you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and positive vibes.